Yeah. Nah, man. You know we gotta do a joint for the ladies, right? So every club worldwide, we gonna move y'all like this. Come on. Bounce, bounce, bounce. Hey girl. Hey girl. Hey girl. Hey girl. Hey girl. It's Friday night when the club lines be out the door.
Well, hey, welcome to the Mika Williams Show, and I just wanted to say thank you all for actually chiming in tonight and actually listening to the show. And, actually, you guys been begging and asking and actually pleading with me about actually spreading the word about Pack Stereo TV and introducing my one and only Papa Bear, my boss, my mentor, Mr. Mario Hensley himself. All the ladies like to crack them open, but they have to take a ticket for that. Also, the VP of Pack Stereo, Mr. Victor Allen, what they call AKA Sexy Chocolate for the men, switcher, or janitor.
I got butterflies in my pocket. I got butterflies. I'm looking for them now.
Yeah, I know. Well, I got people in the chat room over here on, in Facebook that's trying to transition over to live stream in the chat room and also on Pack Stereo platform chat room. So, if you can't catch up, we just going to say that. But, the news is everybody wants to know what's going on with me. And I just want to be very brief about it. It's that, everyone knows that, I lost a loved one, and, the funeral arrangement starts this Monday as far as the planning and all. And so that's what I want to say to that. So I thank you all for all the shout outs and the prayers. They were heard from last week, the previous week, and this week, and it just goes to show you that you never know. You always tell your loved ones that you love them and tell them why they're here, because it means a lot while they're here, not when they're gone. So that's the bad news. But it could be looked at as good news because we're supposed to celebrate the crossing over to the other side. So that's how I'm going to view it. I've cried enough. I'm okay. I'm going to hold on in there. I'm all right. So I don't want you worrying about me like that. Well, a lot of people were trying to figure out how come I'm sitting here doing a show when I'm supposed to be with family. And I just want to say people were blaming Victor. People were blaming Mario. And I said, no. They got my back all the time, so don't blame them. Sometimes I can be a little hard-headed, but this is how I'm dealing with my grievance. I feel like I need to stay busy, so support me in staying busy, and I'm going to leave it at that. So, the first segment of the show is called Miko's Reality, and that was part of my reality. The other part of my reality is actually working at Pack Stereo TV, building my brand and actually finding out a lot about the company that I actually jumped on board with. And let me tell you guys, it's a lot to say. So a lot of you guys actually chimed in for the ones who heard the show from part 1 of Pack Stereo TV with Mario Hensley going on and on and on about his label and record company, which a lot of the indie artists was in a sense challenging him about why did he stop. And he actually told you he didn't stop. I call it a pregnant pause. Mm-hmm. That's one of Oprah Winfrey's words, and it's actually a word. And Victor, this time around, everybody wants to know more about how you got involved and what made you and Mario such a good compatible business partners, and how are you guys able to tolerate each other through the dealings?
Tolerate?
Yeah, tolerate. I'm reporting.
Tolerate?
Yeah, tolerate. Hey, I'm only re-reporting what the people ask. So these are questions that I have to ask you guys based on them asking me.
Right.
So they want to know, and I guess this is like a partnership when you have the guys or the boys on the street and they want to put their creativity to use, as in doing work together, right. And you might have a yin and a yang effect.
Right.
So they're asking, how do you and Mario go about that, and how are you able to last so long being two male dominant figures?
Wait a minute, I'm not dominant. I'm not.
Hey, don't humble. Shoot the messenger.
I'm gonna be honest with you. You know what the easiest way is? It took a while. how you guys doing? It took a while. It took a while to figure this out. They said, you look in the mirror first.
Ooh.
And the first thing I did is say, if you want people to accept you for who you are, then you accept other people for who they are. So it really made it easy. I think the part that, the yin and the yang with Mario and I is a plus because we understand exactly the role of individuality. So when it got into wanting to be people in entertainment, when I didn't stay here at the studio, live here, I was actually playing like I could do Calvin Klein commercials over at my former location.
Are you serious?
And I would come over here and grab the Mario's camera work and cassette stuff and say, I'm gonna be a DJ. I'm gonna play like I got commercials. I'm gonna do cassette tapes. I just wanted to use the equipment.
Oh,
and
wow.
To me, it followed his path. He would have people over here going like, I got a keyboard. I got 5 brothers in here playing on a 3-octave keyboard. Everybody's hands are all covering up the keyboard. Couldn't get a note in. So the journey of this
Really?
didn't have to start as, okay, are you in the business and am I in the business? It came from a creative flow.
Okay.
So by the time we got to this part, we already understood that people could be creative or they can be business minded. And when you're being creative, you tend not to want to deal with the disciplines of business, but we were forced to do it because we couldn't excuse ourselves from saying, we're not the talent, we're not supposed to do this, we'll just be governance. We'll be like our parents. And I said, no, they're not going to listen to us. We're going to tap into who we are.
Okay.
And so the rest, whether we get involved in technology or music or Pack Stereo TV as it evolved, it's easy. So when he says, I want to try this, Vic, I said, why not?
Oh, okay.
That's just that easy.
Just that easy.
Yep.
Well, look at Mario. Mario, I just got a question on here, and I'm going to go right back to it. But one of the guys, his name is Chester Brown. Chester Brown wants to know, how is it that you guys are able to actually handle your finances when it comes to the business? Because he feels that his partner, he's doing a startup record label, and his partner is poor in financial management, where he feels that he's good at financial management. So they want to know, how is it that you guys work that out? Do you have any advice for that as well?
Well, that can be a very difficult point for people in bands, especially because people in music groups are actually very much prone to fighting over monies that they haven't even made yet. And fighting over contracts that have never even come together. Just a mere discussion within a band or group of creative people about who has what rights or who gets what say so usually leads almost immediately to a series of arguments and almost the termination of the agreement. So like most groups, there were problems.
Okay.
The background that I had was because of the sort of training I had from family in terms of ways you approach these things. I got like the books and stuff. I made all the initial investments because I had a profession that was able to support me in that means. So I invested in things and sort of put them out there for us to use and to learn about the music business. Now, there are just a few books and those kinds of things in those days. So we went about learning about those things, but I can tell you still it didn't make any difference. Everybody didn't agree.
Okay.
Like even simple things like when you give credits for songs, typically the lyricist is given first. And then the song. That's just the standard. It's like when they tell you when you do, different types of credits for journalistic reasons, they have a format.
Right.
Well, some people objected to that.
Oh.
And I go, it's not our format. That's the way it's done when you write.
Okay.
Now, of course, depending upon who you're creating with, their command of the English language may be more or less challenged or limited. So these things come up. So first of all, I can tell you, anticipate issues. Strive toward openness. Even though we didn't always agree, one of the things we had over here was openness. I don't think anyone thought that anyone was going to rip them off. On the other hand, you knew they weren't going to agree with you.
Oh, okay.
But it's a difference, though.
Okay.
There is a difference. That's like an honest fight with your woman or something.
Oh, Lord.
You know what I'm saying? Like an honest disagreement. You know what I'm saying? When you talk about your creative part and you disagree, that's going to happen, but usually you agree to disagree.
Now, I have a question out of Montebello, California. Chris Martinez said, Mario Hemsley, how is it that you're able to juggle both jobs?
Extreme time management. When I was an undergrad student, as part of I was a very marginal high school student, you guys. Like number six, I was like number 615 out of 930. That was my class ranking in high school. That would be about the bottom third.
He said, "Damn."
Terrible.
Sorry.
Terrible. Terrible.
Typing.
Okay, terrible, you guys. Okay, now, as part of my adjustment to college, I took a college study skills course.
Okay.
Actually, it was at USC. It was over Christmas. When I came home from freshman year, I had barely scraped through chemistry with a C. And my other school classes were okay. I did pretty good otherwise. But I really needed to get focused, so I took a college study skills course, and one of the things they taught you was time management. And the other thing I learned was that the people who take college study skills courses were already usually A and B students, which said that the people who actually try usually did better. In other words, the average students never even bothered to take a college study skills course. When you took a college study skills course, it was full of people already getting A's and B's.
Oh, okay.
That's true.
Except me.
But you tried. You tried.
No, I actually didn't try. That's what I learned in the college study skills course. Was
Okay.
because one of the first things they had, I invite you guys to do this. Take a piece of paper and write down what you do 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. That's what we did as a first class exercise. And what you realize, there's a lot of free time in that day. So Victor and I had masters at multitasking.
Oh, okay. Wow.
Because there's no error, there's no tension in here.
Okay.
And we're multitasking all over the place.
Okay. Well, the next question is let me see if I can say his name is Linnell Dalton. Linnell Dalton actually asked a question for Victor. Victor, Linnell Dalton wants to know, how is it that you're able to switch these cameras at the rate that you do? He said he watch every now and then and you'll put the camera on yourself, but he wants to know, how is it that you're able to do what you do?
If, they have a rule that I've learned in corporate. If I tell you, I have to shoot you.
Oh, God. So other than that, you have to either be self-taught or pay him to show, so he can show you. Good one, Mario. That's what I'm talking about. Dang.
It's no real secret. I'll be honest with you.
No. Don't give it to him. He got to pay.
No. It's no real secret.
No secret.
It's no secret. The difference is, it's just like the guys you see. Now, it's nothing compared to your big time productions at TV stations and stuff, and they're in the room right there. Okay. And sometimes, if you ever watch sports in a football game, like Monday Night Football, which is playing right now.
Hey, 49ers, get that.
No. Dallas Cowboys are whooping on the Saints right now. We'll get to that later.
Yeah, whoop them, Dallas, whoop them. I don't care for the Saints.
The difference is they'll show you the producer, and they may show you a couple of people in the camera shot, them telling people what to do. Go to camera 2, go to camera 3. Well, Mario set up this system to say, everything we do is organic. And if you don't come from the place where you are taught traditional practices of cameras and what you do, you actually go by feel. So while I'm on the show, even though I'm talking, my hands are engaging the switching while we're doing this. So in short, the answer is not a secret. It's a switcher. Now, it's more than one switcher. And I've been able to just get used to dealing with audio first. So whatever happens on camera is just a feel. So as things are happening and I'm on the show, and if I'm doing a segment or whatever I'm doing, I already know who I want to go to. I'll switch. I'll just keep switching to get reactions. And it's no secret. It's just a feel. My hands are feeling on the buttons while we're engaging this. So I wish I could tell you it was something big time, but it's really Mario's setup. It's his setup.
Mario,
he's being way too humble.
Oh, okay. Mario,
Way too humble.
Dexter wants to know, how is it that you're able to do this with all that you do? He said, do you ever find yourself getting stressed?
Every day.
I'm stressed all the time.
Every day.
But what we're doing is very rewarding, because part of the whole process of stuff like this is you have to first define success. And you kind of got to do that for yourself. I'm blessed because I work with people that I never have to say, could you work harder?
Okay, Mario.
Never.
Russell Brown wants to know, with all that you do, He's sure that you make a lot of money. He wants to know.
It's prostitution.
Hold on. He want to
Work in
know.
the streets here in Leimert
I
Park.
gotta say this a certain way because he typed it.
This is a good one.
Russell Brown wants to know, how much ass do you get?
I knew it. I knew it was coming.
Hey,
Well, I'm older now, Russell. In the old days, it wasn't just me getting ass, but all my crew. This is a
oh
crew.
my God. You
Everybody
asked that
got
question,
laid.
Russell? Oh my
Ain't just
God.
my women. You gotta see Vic's women.
Don't see, I knew he's going to throw me under the bus.
Carson,
Let's go. Now I get
Michael
credit.
York,
Now I get
Wayne
credit.
Jones.
That's just wrong.
Doug Johnson.
Oh God.
It was all a bunch of nasty freaks.
Is this a this is a Kobe moment?
And
Back
so
in
I
the
want
day,
y'all
like
to
Shaq,
know.
right?
Oh, okay.
Throw everybody under the
Russell
bus.
Brown just
Hey,
texted.
but you guys, wait, I gotta say one thing about Vic and those switchers. I designed this system because what happened was we got some inexpensive little switchers that you could switch video. And they were like 4 cameras, but we had a bunch of little cameras, so I hooked one switcher into the next one playing around. Ultimately, we have 3 switchers hooked together.
You hear that call, Anthony?
So Victor's working 3 switches while he's live on the air. That's why you cannot understate that. And it's a technique that I developed, but
That's right.
I just developed it.
Much
He
love.
took it to a whole nother level.
Yes.
Because the idea of Vic and I, because I was DJing, I was shooting videos, for example, of the Emotions at a show here in Inglewood, and I was hitting the cuts on the beats because I knew the song. So this whole concept of working a switcher while doing multitasking, that's something that Victor I've taken to a whole nother level. But if I design the fighter plane, he drives it. So you need to understand that because he's the Steve Rogers in the cockpit over there, and he's painting that picture with 3 different video switchers, one tapped into each other in a daisy chain.
Oh.
So that's what he does. And so I have 5 computers I work because I control all the recorded capturing. I do all the audio mixing live on the air. So that's how
Al
we do
Jr.
it.
wants to know, how is it that you're able to, he wants to know, do you render your stuff right after, or do you wait weeks?
Oh, no, we render. Hey, you guys, check this out. Because, listen, you can get into the workflow. Victor can tell you this is where my OCD clocks in.
Oh, dang.
Because I started timing myself
Dang.
at tasks. And what I learned was that I would think it took so long to do stuff that I started timing myself. Now, why? Because I'm a nut. So I started timing myself at tasks, and I would come back to say, Victor, remember that task I said I was complaining about?
Mm-hmm.
It took me 7 minutes. Wow, I did another task I was complaining about. It took me 8 minutes, 12 minutes. Nothing ever took 15 minutes. So I decided, you know what, Vic? I'm going to stop complaining about tasks. I'm just going to carry out tasks. So I stopped complaining. And what I learned is that we finish this show, we go to a whirlwind. Immediately, I post the embeds from the capture up at live stream so that you have immediate access to it. Then I immediately drop this into Sony Vegas. And I immediately drop the beginnings, endings. It only takes a few minutes because we have preset beginnings and endings. And then we say render. And I tested the computer. It'll render 5 copies at a time before it chokes.
Anthony James said, you got to be shitting me.
What?
About Sony Vegas.
You thought it was some more expensive
Yes,
shit.
he's
everything
saying,
I
wait a
use.
minute.
You guys remember too, here's the biggest thing. Even though I admit I've been blessed to have a budget for various things, my boys will tell you all along we've prided ourselves in being one of the most inexpensive operations, and that I always publish how-tos, how to do everything we do in the most minimal amounts of money. Remember, I have the independent, that brochure about how to start a record label for under $500. It's now we think you could do it in a few days for like $250. But the point is, we can tell you how to do these things, and we have been telling you all along how to do it for free.
Mario, because we're like, it's 7:49, and I want to stay on topic here because a lot of folks are actually coming in the chat room here on Facebook. But Aaron Arnell is straight out of Philly, and he
My
wants
family's in Philly.
Oh, he wants to know: is there a way? When are you going to write the book? That's what he said. Man, when are you going to write the book?
Well, because you guys, you can't write. Okay, here's the thing. Okay. You really can't
He said
write
for
the
publishing,
book.
from
you
your
can't write the
experience.
book. I put the brochure out there for free, but you really see part of the problem is you can't write the book because the time you get the book written is changed. All you can write is a periodical. In other words, it has to be like a blog because you have to get it out now because the stuff is changing in weeks to months. Weeks to months. It's no jive.
Tony Murray said agreed. He said agreed.
Yeah, you
Correct.
by the time you publish the book, it's outdated.
Well, and we discussed something the other day. I told Mario, we can't write a documentary because the documentary first has to have the issue that everybody. Yeah, I know. I was telling you that.
I knew that.
I was saying you can't write the documentary first. You got to sit back and say, do they want to watch it? And then the next thing comes up and says, well, why are they watching it? But we both agree you can have your ongoing manifesto. You remember how manifestos was looked at one time and that's it. Well, we're in a new age now. It's an ongoing manifesto of how you evolve and change. So it's kind of like movies where they say sequel, prequel. They'll never stop. So you never get caught up in a time.
Okay.
You keep evolving. And I think that's what we're attempting to do. To write it at the same time, we go video. Because we can always go back to the video and look where it began. And Mario makes a good point on this.
Yeah.
Our websites, at least from this perspective, are archived and been archived for how many years now, Mario?
Oh my
It's just the
God.
90s.
Right.
Oh my
Since
God.
the
It's a
early
long
90s.
time.
Yeah.
You know, I want to make sure I make it clear to folks because our initial histories were very much focused around independent labels, independent artists, and creating stuff for them and educating them. That was our main thrust. I did it for years and years. In fact, if you go online and look for the Create Your Label series, I was just finding some episodes from 08, 07, 09. So we did a lot of that for a long time. It's not that I stopped doing it or gave up on it. It's just that so few of our individuals actually were taking on the independent television thing, and so we tended to move more toward that because that's what we were doing. But we were still teaching people how to do what we do, and that's still part of the real roots
Okay.
of Pack Stereo.
Okay. Marquise Scruggs said, Mario, he said, ain't no way in hell he's able to keep up with the shit that you do.
What?
Excuse my language.
What's that
but
word
that's-
again?
Sure
That's
you
what
can.
he said.
Sure you can.
And he's out of Detroit.
Sure you can.
He says, no way. So he wants to know,
Marquise.
Marquise wants to know, do you give classes
I
online?
did all of that
That's the
stuff.
first.
I have videos up there that are tutorials. Remember, in terms of time management, this is why I
He
tell
said,
people.
where could he find it?
Search Create Your Label. I think there's a big. I actually I'll pull up some more links.
They're
Okay.
at
Because these are people that haven't chimed
Daily
in the
Motion.
first
Yeah.
show.
Daily Motion.
Meta Cafe.
Meta
At a
Cafe.
cafe.
And,
At a cafe.
and the tie into this, and I'm just letting you guys know that the whole tie into this record label is based on the integration on the internet. In other words, because of cost effectiveness, which you
Right,
could do
right,
traditionally,
right.
Mario's talking in the perspective that you can run your label as it evolves in social media and the internet
Well,
as it's changing.
let's
as well.
be real. Let's be real. We're talking in terms of hours per day, either 3, 5, 7 days a week, right?
yeah.
And depending on your commitment. Now, Victor, this is where Victor challenges you
Uh-oh.
a little bit more in your face than I do, because
You
I feel a little more sorry for people trying to adjust. Because I remember when I would study for an hour and take a 2-hour break.
Wow.
So I'm just saying, so I understand this, but remember, you got to start thinking to yourself, I can do 2 hours, 3 days a week, 3 hours, 3 days a week, or 5 hours, 5 days a week. You need this like this. The way I preach it is to decide the hours that you can do. Then let's maximize the efficiency for that amount of time, and I guarantee you're going to be happy with what you get because we're going to prioritize.
Anthony Manzello from New York said thank you.
Yeah, we get. In other words, we get. If all you got is 2 hours 3 times a week, we can work that. If you got 1 hour 3 times a week, if you got 1 hour twice a week, we can work that. We can work everything, you guys. The point is to get going. The point is to get going, and because you can maximize that.
If you do 1 hour a week, you should be embarrassed.
Well, if you give me 30 minutes a day, 5 days a week,
There you go.
You could do a bunch with that because you can post 3 or 4 selfies.
There you go.
You can do 5 to 10 tweets.
Right.
You can do all of that in half an hour.
Yep.
And if you do that, if you take that half an hour, 3 to 5 days a week, and just post selfies and tweets and go to other people's stuff and comment on their profiles. If you just do that for half an hour a day, come on. That's how you get started. Make yourself attempt to be disciplined and work it like a job. Make it so you have a schedule. I do this on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays at this time, just like when you would go to the gym. I do this time, every week, this time.
Okay. Out of Dubai, Michael Kabesh asked, do you guys give any advice for people that are startup and have seed money?
Yeah, I mean it's the same advice. It's no the advice doesn't change if you have money almost as if you okay.
If you're trying to be cost effective,
Yeah.
that's a little bit different.
Yeah, in other words, I can tell you that we think it's cost effective for people to have creative recording environments like this at your house. So we think we've said that for years, and that's part of the premise. But the point is that today, you guys, you could do things for so cheap. It is a wonderful time. It is a wonderful time.
And it's something you got to read. For example, today, I know that's not dealing with the label, but I was going to bring this into Mario because Mario brings it out here for us to read after he reads it. So we're going back and forth. And this magazine is called Streaming Media.
That's right.
And in Streaming Media, they have a topic here, live streaming best practices. I went to all the 10 and I said, oh, we do all of them. So what you need to do is first go check. And I'm
right.
saying,
Get it, Victor.
we do all of them. I start sitting there going like, oh, we do that, the encoding, we do this, we do this. We say, go test the location, make sure you have a separate internet location that you can confirm in advance if you're doing events. I just sat there and put it down and said, I feel good that we at least are on the direction and the pathway, which we said we were going to be aggregators that were going to live stream. And if you ever want to look up that term aggregation,
Please do.
I'm not saying that you don't know it, but our philosophy started as going aggregators of content. Now we're going to learn the technology. So in label, I would say go look at the trends of labels, and you're going to have to wear multiple hats.
That's
so I
right,
have
that's
to.
right.
You can do it. You can do it.
There's nothing in here. Mario's the expert
do it.
on this, but I have to learn everything behind him. Everything.
I know the theories that direct you where to go, so that's why I save you time. But this is where it's wonderful. If you let me direct you and tell you what to skip, then you're going to find that you're way more productive. Okay, in other words, all I really do is tell you what to skip. I tell you what points to stop and emphasize, even though you don't want to hear it. Usually, you don't want to hear what I have to say. That's how you should know it's right. So, and once you go do those things, then you're going to find, remember, I stress to people all the time, we stress becoming productive by working at it on a weekly basis, getting better every week, and trying to do 1 hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, 4 hours, 5 hours, a day, 3, 5, 7 days a week, whatever you can handle. I do 7 days a week. Okay, I usually do I do something on the website at least every day, but I write on the website in minutes. Okay.
Oh, wow. Well, I guess you guys heard that. He's letting y'all know. You guys want to know. Billy Olson, he's asking, is there any way that they could call you and have you mentor or guide them in the do's and don'ts when indie artists are first starting up, or do you charge for the advice that you give?
I never charge for the advice that I give because that is my giving back. That I very much believe in those kinds of things. So those advice have always been free, and I expect it to continue to be free for the rest of my life. So I advise. When I have to start working for you, that's when I charge you. But I will give advice. Now let me tell you what I'd rather do. This is the way I always did it. I'd rather have people submit questions to me, and then we will answer them as part of the show. I only stopped you guys because I was focusing on the other stuff. I wasn't stopping because it was like a statement or anything. It was like I was doing the show, Create Your Label, and then it became Create Your Channel, and then we were doing other stuff.
Right. And
Yeah.
do you want them
That's
to...
all that happened. That's all that happened.
And the best thing to do, and I'll say this because we have this philosophy, if you're going to ask something, because I assume that most
Send
of
it
you
to
guys, that it's just wrong. I have this philosophy that most of you guys
God.
have a lot of knowledge, and then we actually learn and try to integrate some of the things that you may have in your cachet. Always say what you have already done first, because people are going to look and see how much
Exactly.
work you've done. Then when you send the question and either itemize, here's the equipment or the apps.
Yeah, be
and trying to do
specific.
it,
Be
then that
specific.
way you get a better response, because people want people to go, tell me what research you've done, what groundwork you've done, and then it's easier because you inspire us. You may do what Miko did, which some things she would do that we learned on what she was doing on her phone. I said, man, that's a bad chick, boy. She can flip that phone, can't she? So I'm just saying, when you do send the questions in by email, I prefer or I'm saying you prefer by email.
You can send me
Or Facebook.
You can do it on Facebook. I think it helps to have Miko help as a moderator.
Okay.
Remember, I will go to your site live on the air. It's not even new. We did this. We fixed stuff for people.
Okay.
Remember the last version of the show was Mario Fixes Shit.
What?
Remember we had Mario Fixes Shit? I would just fix shit. You break shit, we fix shit. And we would tell you how, and I still could tell you the cheapest ways, because what's so funny, you guys, this is why you got to relax. What's so funny is that the ways to be a record label changed, so it kind of consolidated. So even if you were a big spender, even if you are a big spender, you got to still come on down and do Twitter and Facebook.
Okay.
It don't make any difference how big you are. You got to get your butt in Twitter and Facebook too.
Well, Mario, people are they're saying that they're calling, but I don't know if they're calling because I didn't hear nothing and I didn't check nothing. So if you guys,
you didn't check.
I don't see.
didn't
There's the caller.
You didn't
There it is, Miko.
Oh, terrible.
I don't see any
they
callers.
said they called and hung up, call it. I'm like, oh,
Okay,
wait,
well, I
okay,
pulled
well,
the
you
screen
know
up.
what? My thing is,
I got
we'll
the
try it
screen up.
again. But you know what? We are 1 minute over the show hour, and we're going into our second segment, which is called Bump It or Junk It. So what I want you guys to do is stay tuned, because we're doing something a little different. Tonight, we're not featuring CC Mixture artists. Today, we're featuring Pack Stereo, Mario Hensley, and Victor Allen music. And Keisha, yes, I will be playing Mario's, if I can find it, Chocolate Coated Candy. If I can find it. Or I might have him to pull it up. So, right now, we're going to actually go to the next segment. And we're going to go to the song so you guys can hear. And here we go. See if you can hear this. Okay, where we showcase your indie artists. I'm your host, Miko Williams. Let's go.
The current state of music is always changing as we slowly embrace a full digital life revolution. Uploading acapellas, drum beats, and guitar riffs to the World Wide Web from one countryside to the next. It's an international love affair, and new music is our gift to the free world. Our freedom of expression is only limited by our creativity, so we stand together, and because of it, our voices are unlimited.
Well, hey, check it out. Welcome back to Bump It or Junk It, where we showcase your indie artists. I'm your host, Mika Williams, for tonight's show. This is the second segment of the show. The first part was actually dedicated, and still is, for the second part, to Pack Stereo TV, VP and also CEO Victor, and also Mario. As you guys know it, you guys have a lot of questions for them, and what you guys actually requested was that they have music that you heard throughout previous shows in the past that they kind of, tease you with here and there. And tonight, to their surprise, I'm actually going to play some of their stuff on Reverb Nation, because they actually do have stuff there that you guys can actually go and check out. If you go to their website at www.packstereo.tv, which is the landing page, there's so much information, so much. And, they have apps there that you can actually check out and, get familiar with, as far as their mobile apps, and you guys can actually go on there and check it out. So, yes, I did pull up their Reverb Nation, and, I have one that I really like. So if you guys like what I like, let me know. Yeah, I see you guys chiming in the chat room on Facebook, just stubborn. Don't want to come and Pack Stereo chat room. But that's okay. Stay in my live stream if you like. The more the merrier. But, I have one that I like by Mario. It's called Let It Go. So actually, I'm going to play it, and you guys tell me what you think. You could put it in chat. You can actually call in, and the number is 855-345-3791. Well, let's hear it. If you don't want to call in, it's okay. If you want to stay anonymous, it's okay. But I bet you'll be grooving. Here we go. This is by Mario Hensley. And after it, I'm going to have him tell us a little bit about the song. So, yeah, that's how we're going to do. So I'm clicking it right now, see if I can get it to play, because I had some things up. But, I had another one here. Let's see.
Well, remember, I got your back if I need to play stuff.
Well, sometimes, when let me go ahead and refresh this real quick. And, hey, that's what we do. I don't care about y'all knowing what I'm doing. Y'all can go right to it. Let's see if it'll go ahead and play for me.
Let It Go is the song.
Yes, Let It Go. I like that one.
Here we go. Let me see.
Let's see if it's gonna seem like my little stuff don't want to do nothing tonight. Ooh. But that's the one. Yeah, he's playing it. I like it. Oh, thank you, Art
Oh, you
Fan.
know what?
He said thank you.
Thank you. That's the wrong version.
Hey, it's a
That's what I
version.
love.
He
That's
has
what I
more than
love.
one version, y'all. Y'all didn't know that. I didn't know that.
Version.
Hey, that's okay.
Maybe this is what we get. We're forgiven, don't forget. There's a price for all we do. If you keep going, who comes for you? Maybe
Okay,
this is
BJ, I'll let
how
'em
it
know.
goes. Always reaping what you sow. Always true, and you know you don't want to let it go. We got to let it go. Let it go now, let it go. We got to let it go, let it go.
All Russo on
Let
sax.
it go, let it go now, let it go. We got to let it go, let it go. Maybe this is what we get.
We're forgiven, don't forget. There's a price for all we do. If you keep score, who counts for you? Maybe life is what it seems.
Oh, Mario,
Always
get it.
chasing after
Uh-oh.
dreams. Oh, it's true. That's right.
Uh-oh.
You know
Get it,
you gotta
Mario.
let it go.
We got to let it go. Let it go now, let it go.
Bye-bye.
We got to let it go, let it go.
That's right. It's about cleaning up your life.
We got to let
Letting
it
go of things that are holding you back.
now, let it
To
go.
make life better.
We got to let it go.
Come on, let's sing about it. Bye-bye hatred.
Bye bye hatred.
That's right. Bye-bye jealousy.
Bye bye jealousy.
Bye-bye sorrow.
Bye bye sorrow.
Remember correctly.
Bye
Hypocrisy.
bye hypocrisy.
Come on.
Hey.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye hatred.
Bye bye jealousy. Jealousy. Bye bye sorrow.
Sorrow.
Bye bye hypocrisy.
This is a song we never finished. You listen
like
to it
that.
rough. This is a song. This is a rough version. We never finished.
Ain't
Never
that
have
about
a
us now? We never finished.
Paul Russo playing like he mad.
Uh-oh.
Recorded right here. Recorded right here. In this studio. I made the Kool-Aid.
Where your sugar at? Where your sugar at? Uh-oh.
Robert Pace on bass and guitar in this one. That's actually a sample bass.
All right, BJ Sanders out of Marietta, Georgia say, Mario, that dude is funny. All right, he know that. Much love, BJ.
I like your name.
But that's not my sister. That's a brother.
Okay. Big Jesus. Come on, y'all.
We got to let it go.
Yeah, I wrote this song.
Now let it go.
It's mostly
We
samples.
got to let it
I learned buying these sample sets. Licensed samples. Then I put real people on top of it. Real sax, real guitar. I did all the rhythm tracks. All other samples.
We got to let it go. Let it go.
Only thing live on there is the bass, the guitar,
We got to let
and
it
that
go.
horn,
Lord have mercy.
and the vocals.
We got to let it go. Let it go now. Let it go. We got to let it go.
Bye-bye
You
hatred.
can't be playing with that guitar like it's your wee-wee. You gotta put that down.
Yeah, that water's deep too.
I don't know, you guys. This is what I deal with. Lord have mercy. Hey, that's
Yeah.
Mario for you.
Let it go, y'all. Days like this, you understand what I was writing. When you start writing for yourself, sometimes it's better.
Oh,
I was
Lord.
talking to me, said, Mario, you gotta let it go.
Let it go.
Let some stuff go, brother. You gotta let it go.
We gotta let
In
it
life,
go.
there's a
Let it go now, let it
Bye
go.
bye.
We gotta let it go. Yeah, that's Miko Williams. Yeah. I'm just humming a little something. I can't sing. Well, Mario, I want to see if it's going to let me play a little bit of Victor's song, You Are the One. Let's see if I can play
I'll get
this.
that ready. Now, that's a
For
nice
some reason,
track.
my stuff is stuck.
I can run with that, but I don't want to.
Sniggity snack. Oh, just kidding. But, no, seriously.
You
I'm
are
having
the
a
one.
moment.
Wow,
But this is by Victor Allen, the
Going
VP.
back.
And yes.
Give him a
Way
vocal.
Way back.
Way years, decades.
Yeah. BJ Sanders, thank you, sweetie. He said, laughing my MF off. Got you, bro. Got you. Well, this is You Are the One. Written and produced by VP of Pack Stereo, Victor Allen.
Man.
VP of E.
Hey,
VP
get
of
it.
everything.
You guys are funny.
Yeah. The one. Hey. You need to go ahead and put this on some wax while you're playing.
Well, thank you, Miko.
I'll give you what you need.
Old school.
Hey.
It's what you do to me that I can't explain.
I'm dancing to
You make me
this.
feel so good that I wanna say, oh baby, now baby, you know it's true. You make me do all the things that I do to you. When you hold me, lose control. Oh, I never wanted to let you go. Oh, I just love it when you call my name. Oh, dream of love, how you drive me insane. You are so bad.
Yeah.
You know that I'll be there, right on your side. You are so baby, baby, come move with baby. I'll give you what you need. Boy, you give me joy. You are my favorite toy. Baby, you're so fine. When you're kissing me, it's really where I wanna be. My boy toy, baby. You're my dream lover. My love, my love, my love, yeah. Ooh, my baby. My baby. Ooh, I really like what I do. I just control all my heart and soul. I don't want to lose this love. Make it last forever. I really do love you, baby. You know I'm on your side. You are the one, baby. Come inside my love, baby. You are my boy, Joy.
Hey, I got it down.
Yeah, you are the one. Yeah. Nostalgia. Boy, toy lover.
Oh, you know.
Got that down.
Oh yeah, you are the boy, baby. Come and be with me. I'll give what you need,
Oh, that's a bridge.
You know now, don't you?
Give you what you need. Give you everything. Uh-oh. Watch out. Hey, that was what you call Victor Allen on the microphone. Get it.
You guys having too much fun.
Hey, I like that. Hey, there's things that people didn't know about the two of you. Don't they make you want to sock them? Like the toy Rock'em Sock'em.
I didn't know
say
she
it
was
right?
18. She was 19.
Oh my God, yeah, I do, huh? But you know what, Keisha, I'm with you, girl. Mario, Keisha said, if she tell you one more time, if you don't put that guitar down, and that is for her.
I'm trying to stroke your imagination.
Oh, painkiller. Where's your
joke.
Pepto-Bismol? But anywho, you know what? I like the fact that you guys have music out there that people can actually go and hear. But they're asking me questions like I'm the one who wrote the shit.
Oops.
Now, look, I didn't write it. I just like it just like you guys do. Excuse my French.
Right.
Yeah, I can go there. But, y'all asking too many questions. I'm sitting up here like, go read the information. But no, seriously. Woosah. No, Mario has talent all over the place. Victor also has talent all over the place. I don't know why they took a break, and once they stopped completely, took a break.
Oh, that's cool.
That's
And what they did,
Women,
but
females get you jacked and kidnapped.
no. That's why BJ from Marietta, Georgia said, "Yo, boy, Mario is funny dude." BJ, I got to sit here with his behind all the time. So
There you go.
I got to deal with this. But he will have you on the floor dying. And it's not when he's trying, it's when he's not trying. That's the funny part. He be dead serious. But they got tons of music that you can go to reverbnation.com/Mario Hemsley. And you can check out all his music. The same thing, just change the last part of Mario Hemsley to Victor Allen, correct? And you'll find Victor Allen stuff as well. And when I say they have music that you would like, they really do. And people say, Victor talk about, it's old. They ain't gonna listen to that. It's outdated. I'm like, no, sweetie. We sample. When I say we, I'm talking about the
you
culture.
sample?
They sample, snip, loops, do all kind of stuff to old music. I don't hear any, my personal take, any originality, creativity, as in Motown, old school, and when they brung up stuff and when they had to really put their hard-earned sweat into what they felt. Because music back then, you could play it to now, and you would just break out in tears. Some songs just touch you. So if Mario can bring up chocolate-coated candy, that's one of my favorites. I like that one.
The song by the man that many people call the Indies,
Hey.
Mr. Gary Taylor.
Hey.
Woman of color. And he told me the story about that because he got everybody together. He got Will
That song
Downing.
did it for me.
Okay, because that's Will Downing.
Okay, well, that
That's
must be
Scotty
your
of the
Freak Mama
Whispers.
song, because that song did it for me. Because I was trying not to look at him kind of funny. I was like, this is my boss? Oh, my God. People, you really don't know until you listen to the song. So when you hear it, it's talking to you.
Now, this is really written
Yes.
and by you. What you probably found is
It's nice.
a graphic video that I did using. But this was actually written and recorded by Gary Taylor, the Gary Taylor, who I call the Indies Indie, featuring again Will Downing, I believe it's Scotty of the Whispers,
Right.
in the song.
Ooh, just how it come on. Oh,
Plus
goodness.
Gary Taylor on vocals also.
Throw your panties at somebody. Sorry.
Here you go, sing it now. Here we go. Come on, read. Chocolate coated candy.
I like it. We know we messing up the song.
Chocolate coated candy.
Woo!
Chocolate coated candy.
Uh-oh. Look at this. Oh, shoot.
Woman of color,
Oh, God.
brown is your skin. Here is the source of the skin that you're in. My eyes
Yes,
fall
girl,
on you.
Ivory, I would buy that. My sister said she liked that.
Oh, yes,
Out of
Gary
Georgia.
Taylor. It's available. Get it on iTunes.
All right.
Tell Gary you got write Gary on
Oh,
Facebook.
yeah, definitely.
Tell him you heard it from us. Write Gary on Facebook.
Woman of color,
There's Will Downing.
down to the bone, ageless in beauty,
My queen on the throne.
tell me the secrets of the ways that you move.
Help me draw closer to the woman in you.
Honey-colored sister with unspeakable eyes, chocolate-coated beauty as dark as the night. Coffee with a splash of cream is the color you are.
Gary did a bunch of stuff over here.
There
I'm
can
looking at it
be
right
no
now.
explanation how you
There's an
come
interview
so far.
with Gary Taylor and us.
Woman of color,
Very classic interview.
at the end of the road,
Whispers.
I brush up against you in some unspoken code. I yearn for the closeness we are so overdue. Show me the garden of pleasure in you.
Brown skin lady, so hard to ignore. A portrait of sweetness I have to explore. If soft is the measure of the love that you give, breathe life into me so my passion can live. Honey-colored sweetness with unspeakable eyes, chocolate-coated candy as dark as the night, coffee with a splash of cream dripping all over you. There's no explanation for the things I wanna do. Woman of color,
Chocolate coated candy.
Woman of color,
know that you're mine. I've been all kind,
Chocolate coated
but no
candy.
peace do I find.
Candy. Chocolate candy. Chocolate candy.
brown is your skin.
Chocolate coated candy.
Girl, that's the skin that I need.
Chocolate coated candy.
Woman of give it up to me tonight.
Give it up. Give it up.
Right here tonight.
Give it up.
Chocolate coated candy.
Chocolate coated
Give it up to me tonight.
Honey coated candy.
Coffee with cream. Go ahead.
Drip it all.
Drip it all over me.
Chocolate coated
Candy. Yeah.
People forgot she was DJ.
No, I don't think so. Because Tanika Ashton said, "What the heck can I get that at?" She just chimed in over here. She's like, "Who is that? Where can I get that at?" And that's why I was laughing. I was trying not to laugh because she was so like, "Ooh, girl," and I'm sitting up here talking to her. So yeah,
Gary Taylor, Woman of Color. That's the Brothers to Sisters remix. Brothers to Sisters remix, featuring Will Downing, Scotty of the Whispers, and none other than the Indies Indie, Gary Taylor, a friend of ours who did a bunch of work over here.
Now that piece came out because we were right there on the verge of him releasing that. Is that more than 5-6 years old?
Yes, it's about that time.
About that much. You know.
Chocolate coated candy.
Very easy to locate him.
Yeah.
Okay.
All
yes, honey. Ooh, woo. Hey, I'm just bringing the music. You know, my little stuff stuck, so I gotta use Mario. And I have another one from real quick, and I guess this will be the last one because I did 2, and I'm doing another 2 of Victor's as well. But if I could.
Oh, if I could.
Yes, if I could.
Oh, yeah, Sheila again, right?
No, that's not Sheila.
That's yeah.
I know you said.
It's history. It's history. We don't want to get into the history.
Look, it's something.
Wait, we don't want to get into history. Hold on.
I am laughing.
Why?
Because I always trip off what people pick, and it tells a lot about you. Mm-hmm. Why you picked it? That's what people want to know.
Show you right.
That's what people.
If I could.
I like that. But see, since you both laughed at it, y'all gonna have to squeal on that.
It all had to do with one of the co-writers of the song. His predilection to want to record the vocals with women he wanted to sleep with. So if he didn't really find you attractive, it was hard to get you on the track. So if you come over and you came over to sing and you happen to be dressed kind of bad that day, he might not give you the time. He would try to deny it, but he was one of our brothers that was very much affected by beauty.
So he was a cockhound.
Well, we were all cockhounds.
Oh.
I deny that statement.
Yeah, right. It is what it is. Guilty by association,
I like
but
women
okay.
who can sing. Now, what happened was, it turned out to be a very interesting vocal exercise. But I was not in favor of this young lady's vocals.
True.
But as it turned out today, I still applied the same principles to it. Whenever we would disagree, my rules, whenever you would disagree, do every version. If you want a version, he wants a version, then do every version. So there you go. I still enjoy it now, Vic. I'm so glad we did it.
This is one practice, one time. That's all. That's all she did. This is a practice track. One time she did, and that's it. And she went. Other things came on into her life that she had to deal with. That's all I can tell you.
Wow. Where's this young lady at now?
I thought she sang like she was stoned to me. But sometimes that's good. We layered it up. Yeah, we layered it up and stuff. We mixed it now. I was like talking much mess when I was mixing this.
I'm shocked that we actually included it in the mix.
I still say after everything, now that I'm so glad we did it. But if you listen close, she sounds she's stoned. Yeah, she slurred everything. She slurred every word. But y'all like it, right? So there you go. All right, so I'm glad we did it. It's a hit. I intended it to be like that, right, Vic? I did that mix. Vic had the wonderful idea. I mixed it masterfully, and there you go. It's wonderful. Thank you all. I put everything in she sang. Everything in she sang, because I was trying to prove a point to my partner, the one who wanted So I was like, okay, I'm gonna mix everything she's saying. We're gonna fatten it up. Could have been a hit. If I could, I would. Wish I woulda, coulda, shoulda. I'm glad we did it, I tell you. I play it from time to time. Cortez playing that old funky bass. There's a keyboard bass too, it's a slap keyboard bass. See, maybe she was high. If she wasn't high, damn. If I could. Nice stereo history. Miko take it to the underbelly.
I could do that.
It's all a secret. Stop telling our secrets.
Could have brought me in here to do
Stop
this.
telling our secrets. Are you gonna find the track?
I could do that.
Of course you can.
I could do that.
I know you could, baby.
No, it was.
I'm saying I can't sing.
No, we know.
That's you guys are just wrong.
If I could, I would.
She's like, yeah.
Or you can change it. Yeah.
You guys do know that style, how she was singing?
That's it now.
No, it actually
sound like Michelet trying to be high.
it goes back to those days all the way up to Moesha.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. It's like Michelet back in the day.
She was copying.
Cincy, Peniston.
That's right. That's what she was
That's
doing.
right. And Cortez was copying anything that was popular.
Yeah. That's like
I didn't mean to
Chinese.
mention these names like
It's too late.
Cortez,
It's too
Douglas.
late.
Isn't that like Chinese back in the day?
Yes.
If I could.
There you go.
See?
This is what happens when you work with a team of people. You end up with songs that don't get released.
Oh God! You know what? Well, I enjoyed it all. Everybody is like they're loving it. They don't have nothing else to say but good things about it. So you guys know where to go. Go to www.reverbnation.com/Victor Allen for his and /Mario Hensley for his stuff. So ladies, go ahead and grab all you can. Hey, if you like it, groove to it. Well, that's it in that song. We actually like to say thank you to everybody that chimed in tonight, that listened, and thank you for welcoming me back. Thank you for all the prayers. Thank Mario Hensley and Victor Allen for being a part of this and making this possible. Without you guys, we wouldn't know what to do without Peck Stereo TV. And Mario, big ups to you on starting, finishing, and also acknowledging and giving the educational part about how to self-empower others who are trying to walk that walk and talk that talk at the same time, because we got to pull from somewhere. So you listen to the Mika Williams Show, Bump It or Junk It, special dedication to Pack Stereo TV, Mario Hensley and Victor Allen. If you got any questions, make sure you email him at mario@packstereo.com. Yeah, you can email him anything you want to know, because he said ask me.
Sometimes late at night when my parents aren't home.
Well, you guys know what to do. So you know what, Mario, is there anything else you want to say before we close out this segment?
I just want to remind everybody who's tuning in that we're going to have special programming starting this week. Remember that tomorrow night, Monday night at 8:00 p.m., we're going to have the debut of Project Indie, the first season 1, the Paul Rousseau project. We're going to be talking about Paul Rousseau. We've got 10 tracks we've selected for him. Project Indie, he's going to be recording these tracks live on the air.
All right.
Then we're going to have vocalists come in and actually compete on doing the tracks. So Project Indie, live in studio, recording,
That's what I'm talking about.
tracking. You learn how to do it all. Be there. Hopefully Mika will be able to be there. We're trying to see what we can do.
Yeah.
Have some hosts to sit around with us while we work with Paul
All right.
on this new show, this new live reality show where we record a CD and then release it in less than 4 weeks. So come on, be part of that.
All right.
Be part of that. Be
I'm
part of the whole
geared up.
thing.
What they say, stay geared up. And everybody that's in chat room on social media, don't forget the hashtag Pack Stereo TV on Twitter. Miko Williams Show, Bump It or Junk It, Mario Hensley, and Victor Allen. So, before we start that, Mario, let's do this first. And then we going to come on and bring that to them. So, actually, BJ Sanders out of Marietta, Georgia said, good show. Your voice is hot. Good show. Your voice is super sexy. And much love to Pack Stereo TV. Thank you. And we out.
That's right, David.
I knew it.
We don't want to see no
Go
blue
ahead,
panties. The site's not about heat. Well, thank you for tuning in. It's been that kind of night. Tuning into
That's right.
the Miko Williams Show, hosted
Miko,
by our
close
own
it out.
hot chocolate.
Ooh.
She's special indeed.
Thank you. Let's play it out with this one. I'm waiting for him to turn that up. Y'all don't know about that.
I like the way that you make me feel. Now slide your key in. Ooh, it gives me chills. And with your engine trapped between my thighs, it's a power rush, a burning bush. You make me wanna fly. Oh, in and out of this traffic jam, dangerous and without a plan. Fill me up, boy, and let me ride. Crazy love, it's a crazy love. Feel the wind blowing through my hair. So alive, boy, and I'm so scared. Never knew love could move so fast. Crazy love, it's a crazy love. Pour it on, boy. Take me to the night. And ain't no stopping. So what's the use in trying? Destination. Baby, all I know is that you and me were meant to be. Never let me go. Out of this traffic jam, dangerous and without a plan. Fill me up, boy, and let me ride. Crazy love, it's a crazy love. It's crazy, going through my hair. So alive, boy, and I'm so scared. Never knew love could move so fast. Crazy love, it's a crazy love. What's the use in trying? Crazy love. Give me chills. What's the use in trying? Crazy love. Give me chills. I never thought that love makes you crazy. I never thought that love makes you high. I only hope that love is forever. I only hope that love never dies. In and out of this traffic jam, dangerous and without a plan. Fill me up, boy, and let me ride. Crazy love, it's a crazy love. Feel the wind blowing through my hair. So alive, boy, and I'm so scared. Never knew love could move so fast. Never let me go. In and out of this traffic jam, dangerous and without a plan. Fill me up, boy, and let me ride. Crazy love, it's a crazy love. It's crazy, going through my hair. So alive, boy, and I'm so scared. Never knew love could move so fast. Crazy love, it's a crazy love. What's the use in trying? Crazy love. Give me chills. What's the use in trying? Crazy love. Give me chills. I like the way that you make me feel.